Hey everybody, Mr. B here, and we've got something very, very special today. As you know, the holidays are coming. How we could possibly forget that? I have no idea. It's not even possible. So, today we are going to do the classic American holiday side dish, green bean casserole, but we're going to do it two ways. The first way is your traditional sort of just drop and go, right? Which is kind of the way my Meemaws did it when they did this casserole because they were both working women, right? And then on the second version of this, we're doing it completely homemade, making the white sauce. We're using the fresh beans. We've got caramelized onions coming in to make a special guest appearance today. It's going to be absolutely delicious. If you're interested in some tips on how to make your holiday planning a little less stressful, because let's face it, y'all, there's going to be some damn stress. It just comes with the territory of a holiday, okay? But if you want to make it a little less stressful, check out my blog. I've got it linked below in the description. I've got some tips on how you can kind of plan and get ahead of the game. All right, so with that, let's get started. Okay guys, it's time for ingredient breakdown on the first, what I call the drop and go green bean casserole. So, to do a green bean casserole, clearly you got to have some green beans. We're just using a can. You need 1 can of the cream of mushroom soup. You got to have the French fried onions. Now kids, if you want to, fry your own, but to be honest with you, this is the taste of the whole damn thing that you're going for, right? We'll be using some cracked pepper. I've got a cup of milk. I've got about a half a cup of sour cream, and we will be topping it with cheddar cheese. Okay guys, I'm starting with one of my small, this is about half the size of a 13 by 9, whatever that is. I'm not doing math today. Because I'm making a small one just for video purposes, and I'm keeping the ratio of these ingredients like 2 cans of green beans to 1 can of soup so that you can easily, double, triple, quadruple this based on your needs. This is how simple this is. We have drained our green beans. In they go, right? In goes our 1 can of soup. Right. Okay. Let's put a little bit of this pepper in there. We're not going to kill ourselves. Maybe we are. Add a little bit of the milk. We can add this as we go. I'm just going to start with a little bit of it. But I do want all the sour cream because, give me a break, of course. It's a casserole, right? Now, as per my tips, linked in the blog, in the description below, if you're doing this a few days in advance, because you can put your casseroles together at the holidays a good 3 days in advance, or so-ish, then you will mix this up here and stop, right? But I'm baking it off today. So what we will now do is go ahead and add some of our onions. Maybe a third of that container or so, given the fact that we're doing a pretty small batch here. Mix that all around. You do not want to do the onions if you're putting this together a couple of days in advance because, they're just going to get soggy and turn to crap. Okay, and guess what? We're going to cover that with some, I think we're there. We're going to cover this with some aluminum foil. And 350, 375 for about 30 minutes, covered with aluminum foil for the first 20. Take it out, uncover it, add your cheese, top it with the rest of the fried onions, and chow, y'all gonna be good to go. So you'll see that happen here in a bit. Okay, so on the second kicked up homemade green bean casserole, this would be a good one to take if you are going as a guest, provided you've cleared the green bean casserole with your host. Read the Thanksgiving tips below. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Whereas the drop and go is more of like if you're doing the hosting and you just kind of need to speed things along. But typically a green bean casserole is something that's easily delegated out. So with that, let's do the ingredient breakdown for Mr. B's homemade green bean casserole. Here's what you're gonna need. Okay, for the homemade green bean casserole, we're gonna be using fresh green beans, which we will top and tail, break in half or so. Rinse real good. You're going to want to dry, and we will blanch those off. You'll see that in just a moment. Using some portobello mushrooms here. You can buy them already chopped if you want. Don't care what you do. I have 2 onions. We've got our best friend, the bacon. Haven't decided, kind of testing this recipe as a go. You know, the French's fried onions may make another guest appearance in this, don't know. We'll be using some pinko breadcrumbs. I'm bringing some cheese to play here. I'm doing a Gruyere as well as some Parmesan, dash of Worcestershire sauce, heavy cream because my mama raised no damn fool, salt and pepper, dried seasonings. We are going with some nutmeg because we are doing a cream sauce, some fresh thyme or dried thyme. You could use fresh. Garlic powder, cayenne pepper, salt and pepper, of course. So we are going to start working on our green beans. Okay, for the green beans, real simple. Here's your green bean. Bean. You're going to top it, tail it, break it in half. I'm using about a pound and a half of fresh green beans here. And yeah, you just kind of handle this ad nauseum. Now you can do this with a knife, and it works just as well, right? Just line up your sides, cut it down, cut it in half, cut the tail off. We'll get these rinsed and put them on to blanch. Okay, let's blanch our green beans. So we need big salt, a couple of tablespoons even, because, you know, you want some flavor going here. In the green beans go. Cover. I'm going to set the timer for about 8 minutes and I'll check them then. And then we'll get them shocked. Plunge the green beans into your ice bath. This stops the cooking, and it helps keep that beautiful green color going on them. Which, I mean, hell, we're just going to cover that with a delicious cream sauce, right? After they kind of cool down, you'll drain them off, and my hands are clean, people. You'll drain them off, and you'll want to get them pretty dry. I forgot to mention that butter was going to be making an appearance, but I kind of figured that you guys sort of need that already. I melted half a stick of butter. We're going to slowly caramelize these onions. Okay, we've got great color on our onions here, guys. So this has taken about 30 minutes to get to this point. You've got to be patient. Low and slow is the way to go. You build so much flavor with this. All right, guys, these are done, and we are going to set them off So they'll be ready for us when we need them. Now it's bacon time. Okay guys, so I've got my bacon rendered down. You know, and I was just thinking, I mean, the flavor of pork with green beans in the South, and I'm sure elsewhere as well, you know, if we're doing a big old pot of green beans fresh out of the garden on the stove, I mean, and we cook them till they're dead, rest assured it's got some pork fat up in it. Absolutely. We are going to reserve this. But wait, there's more. To this, we are going to add a nudge of butter. And it's time for our mushrooms. Woo! Okay. Now we're going to get these going, let them break down, soak up all that pork fat and butter. Are you kidding me? Do not add salt to these because it will make the moisture just leach out and you're going to have mess. But I am going to throw a little bit of pepper on it. Okay, so we're going to start building our sauce. We're going to throw a couple of tablespoons of flour up on these shrooms. Right? We're going to stir, start getting this cooked down, cooked out, get the raw flour out. This will help thicken our white sauce. Go with a pinch more, not much. And now we are going to slowly start adding in our heavy cream. Bring your heat down. Make as much of a mess as possible, obviously. I think that's about a cup. Let's add our Worcestershire, our cayenne pepper, our garlic powder, and some fresh thyme, just a smidge. We don't want to overdo that. We will do just a doop, doop, maybe another doop of our nutmeg, pepper, and our salt a little bit, just a pinchy. And let's make some fresh mushroom cream sauce. Taste for seasoning. Oh hell yeah. But going with a little more salt and a little more pepper. You see it's starting to nap. Did I get that? Okay, taking it off the heat, we're going to build a casserole. Y'all ready to build this thing? Because hell, I am. So, We're going to start. Remember our friends, the caramelized onions? By the way, this is a small roasting pan. I've sprayed it with some cooking spray. You could also use butter. We're going to put about half of these onions up in here on the bottom of this. Okay. And let's, you know, kind of make it friendly. So much flavor there, guys. That's insane. Okay? You'll remember our green beans. Let's pour some of our delicious cream sauce up on this thing. Try not to set the place on fire. Oh, but wait, what is possibly next? Rest of these onions. I've decided against bringing our friends, the French's fried onions, to this. I'm not saying that would be a bad idea, but I really want these caramelized onions to shine, because hell, it took, damn 30 minutes to make them. We're not finished yet, kids. We've got bacon to go on this thing. Nope. There's more pinko breadcrumbs that I have melted. About a tablespoon of butter is going to sit nice on top of this. We're still not done, guys. We have Gruyere cheese, and we have our Parmesan. Green beans and Parmesan, guys, trust me. Trust me. $3.75, 30 minutes.
I think that would be really good, Mr. B175. So
Getting
we're on for that. I will send you a message
from
sometime this week. And we'll
Northern
sort something
Southerner
out.
Beer Reviews.
It'd be great to do.
This guy's great. You got to check
something.
him out.
I think it would be good. You know, beer and something. Yeah, we'll chat soon, mate. Chat soon. So I'm just going in with my Imperial Cherry Chocolate, whatever you want to call it.
All right, guys, I want to give a shout out to Northern Southerner Beer Reviews, who, guys, you've got to check out this guy's channel. I'll put a link to his channel below. This man is everything beer, and I love watching him. He's funny as hell, and I only wish, because he's somewhere in Britain, right, I think, or British Isles, right, that I could get half of what he's drinking and try it out. So I'll be in touch with you soon, and we're going to work together. So, but first, the drop and go casserole needs to come out. I need to add cheddar cheese and the French onions to that. So here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, gang, so we're going to add the cheddar cheese to this. You know, not everybody puts the cheddar cheese on it, but it's a damn casserole. I mean, come on. What's a casserole without cheese? There's also, believe it or not, a fairly traditional way to top the onions, and that is in a ring around the casserole. Which I am, totally making a disaster out of this. But, what the hell. And then I think, because, I want kind of an oniony thing going in every bite. And this will become more noticeable, I hope, as it browns off. So then it goes again. I'd say about 10 minutes, but my oven seems to be running a little on the wackadoo side. I tell you what, put it back in, check it in 10 minutes. It's going to tell you when it's done and it's ready for you. All right, let's get them out. This is your traditional, and this is your step it on up and step it on back. We're going to let these rest, and we're chowing down. Okay, rest hail. I'm going to get into this, so I'm going to take a little bit of the classic. That just says Thanksgiving, doesn't it, kids? And this, will take some of this, hold me back. Oh, wow. Isn't that beautiful? Now let's give this a taste. All right, kids, let's give this a taste, right? Ooh, hell yeah. So I'm going to start with the classic, right? Your drop and go. Be hot, 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 hot. Y'all, that's a sensory memory trigger for me because this is what, I mean, if we had a green bean casserole, this is it. This is the American classic. You can't go wrong. And let me tell you something else. Don't be ashamed of it either, okay? Now, let's try this other, I'll get a damn green bean out of it. Hell yeah, guys. It's definitely stepped up. So I get the nutmeg, which is a great earthy, sort of wintry hug. The bacon, of course, is incredible, especially combined with those caramelized onions and this damn Gruyere cheese, almost like a French onion soup casserole. You know, I would say taste-wise, it's a little more complex, and therefore I prefer the homemade version. But to be honest with you, it's really about what you remember from the holidays, and that's got to go with the classic. So that's it for today, guys. Lots of stuff coming because it's the holidays. So I've got classic Southern style cornbread dressing that'll be coming up this week. Don't forget to go check out Northern Southerner Beer Review. I'll try to link him in the bottom. The guy knows his beer. And, you know, in the meantime, click subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you'll know when the cornbread dressing video comes up. You'll know instantly if you just listen to me. See you kids later.